Going to make a quick one today. I'm actually experimenting with my headset. I've got a lot of work done. The point is to set a schedule and to move around with all of your pieces of equipment or the goals that you're trying to do. Set a goal, start working on it. Mine's with sight reading, piano exercises. From my piano exercises, this is my excuse for not doing my bebop scales, bebop patterns. I work on my piano exercises in the traditional manner before the bebop era, as Beethoven and Brahms and Bach and all those guys used to do their arpeggios, such things. Hopefully, by the time I get to my bebop, I have noticed a difference in the fluency, fluidity. Uh, Nowadays, you can't say that's not a word because it will be in the dictionary within a couple of weeks if you're famous enough for it to be monitored. Learning my phantom. I'm learning. I haven't learned anything about the phantom yet. Too much to brag about. Final cut. I'm really happy with my final cut. Boy, I'm boring. I would click away from me. I'm boring. But if you really, I'm just giving. I'm being myself. I can't be nobody else but me. Final cut. I'm really happy with that. Yesterday I did that Mandolin Rain. I'm really pleased with the outcome of that Mandolin Rain. It's starting to feel emotion in my music. Go check that one out. Mandolin Rain. And I just noticed that I do a little nervous action here when I pick my cuticle right here with my thumb. I noticed on the video I was doing that. Uh, Anyway, that Mandolin Rain, Bruce Hornsby, the final cut is going to be cool. Like I said, the my trademark is going to be that effect that has. It looks like I keep calling it a cartoon, but it's actually oil paint, or it looks like heavy watercolor. Go check it out. I'm going to be using it for now on. All of the videos are going to have this effect on it. And I'm going to be shooting from a different angle. For you piano players who've been watching my fingers, you're not going to be able to see that anymore. I might switch back and forth. Yeah, I'll switch back and forth, but I want to get the angle from a performance standpoint. From you can see my feet and my body, which way I'm. When a pianist is performing, it's something about the way if he's slouching, if he's setting up straight, all that's part. His feet, with what his feet are doing, on a pedal, how often he's pedaling, and the area around him. The area around him is going to affect his music. So I'm looking out. I'm facing a window in my studio. I got to do something about my speaker stand there. My speaker stands are boxes. I got to cover those up. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and order the little pole speaker stands for visual effect for my emotional stability. I'm going to be making up some words. Anyway, got final cut. I need to move on to the areas I haven't studied or haven't got into is the Logic Pro X. I haven't indulged into that like I should. I'm lacking in my studying of my Phantom, my brand new keyboard. I've dreamed about this keyboard, and I have it. I'm paying on it by the month, actually. It's taking a dip. I'm not complaining. I get my disability check. I'm using that. Pray that I'll be able to survive through this phantom, famine, and pestilence. We're in a pandemic. that God would take me through like he did the people in the Bible. I believe, trust. Anyway, let me go ahead and make this short. I don't eat any of my breakfast until I do this here. Oh, yesterday I started doing, I'm going to be going live when I upload my afternoon video, evening videos. I'm going to go live when I do that. I'm thinking about if I can figure out how to do a screenshot so you guys can see a split screen. I might have to make an investment in software so that I can upgrade. Oh, the good news is my microphone is on its way from Sweetwater. The Sweetwater don't pay me for saying Sweetwater, but that's one of the best music stores I've ever encountered. They have online services. Everything that I buy, I can call them and ask them questions. It's been times that I bought a microphone and or something would break, and I didn't even realize it was still under warranty. And actually, they would, if you send it back, if you're a working musician, they will send the if they can see the tracking number that is on its way, they will send the other replacement. They'll send a replacement before they get it if they can see the tracking number. If they can track the package en route, in transit. Okay, well, I'm going to keep these things shorter because I'm actually realizing that YouTube saying that that I'm really boring. YouTube saying I do sound boring sometimes. But if you're wondering who was the guy behind the piano music, him is. This is the guy behind the music. Thank God. I think my music is starting to get a little emotion to it. Check out that Mandolin Rain. It has emotion all through that one. I'm excited about that. I had to make some noise while I was playing that one. And you see the faces. Some of the people, there are some people be faking, but my emotion when I'm making I even have to watch myself watching my videos. I'm not the most handsome guy in the world, but then again, I may be. I don't know. My father kind of resembles me, and every time I used to introduce my father to women, they used to say, "That's your father? He's handsome." So he may be handsome and don't know it. And well, anyway, I was talking about faces. You know, there are faces that you make. Yeah, I guess it came out of the P-Funk. It was before that. Conductors, you know, I was saying that conductors have to have long, bushy hair so they can direct with their hair. When their hair is flying all around, that helps people realize the excitement, the facial emotions. When you watch the emotions, not unless it's a jazz musician like Charlie Parker or Sonny Rollins, all those guys practice so many hours that they actually can relax and do complicated patterns as if it's second nature, like they're, wondering they like unconcerned. But that's only because that many hours of scales, exercise, arpeggios, and studying their trade so intensely that they can actually daydream while they're playing, and they happen to start thinking of something like that. It's a story about Sonny Rollins. I think it was Sonny Rollins. He was playing a New Year's night, jamming on a song for like, they said he was soloing for like 15, maybe 20 minutes. I don't know exactly how long, but he was like just running there. And he said at the stroke of midnight, he did the Yellow Bonnet. Put on your Easter bonnet with the tops on it. And the people who were mesmerized by his solo and noticed that the midnight had changed the New Year's thing. And he had it came to his mind at midnight to do a thing, boom, off the top of his head that I don't know if New Year's had to do with Easter Yellow Bonnet, but it blew people's minds that he was able to pull that out of his hat, and that has to do with concentration. Now, getting back to the faces, musicians, a lot of musicians, they make this ugly face or this serious face right on certain parts of the. That should let you know what part to listen to on the music. If you can, uh, one of my favorite artists that I just found out about a couple of years ago is Corey Henry. He's the like historical thing. He's like the hottest thing since I would say uh, Art Tatum or cross between Art Tatum and Fats Waller. Fats Waller didn't get a lot of credit for. He was a organist, the epitome of a concert organist is the way his son put it. When he played at Carnegie Hall, played the organ at Carnegie Hall. And of course, people, the ignorant people were hollering, "Hey, Fats, play Ain't Misbehaving." And he just ignored them. But he wasn't recognized as this Corey Baker guy, Corey Henry. This guy is phenomenal. He plays with Snarky Puppy. I didn't even know anything else. Snarky Puppy is the uh, uh, is the I don't know the word, but they're the knockoff or the modern day time Return to Forever. If you took Chick Corea, Stanley Clark, I forgot who the Billy Cobham on drums and like well Jimi Hendrix wasn't never played with those guys, but John McLaughlin, I think he played with one of their groups. You take the best of the best and put them in. These guys were in college. You got to look up Snarky Puppy. You got to check out. And as a matter of fact, one of these guys is trying a thing. He's trying a new software approach as to any idea that you want to look up. You should be able to go. He's starting a different kind of Google search collaboration amongst artists, not just artists, but he's doing a collaboration idea. And it's like the businessmen or the inventors of the world using this technology for what it's worth, the internet technology. The bass player, you got to check out the videos with Corey Henry and the bass player. And there's just a drummer, Corey Henry, the bass player, the drummer. They they vibe so well. Just improvisation. It'll make you laugh. I guarantee you listen to the music, the emotion in the bass player, he makes some faces. His faces. He can take a regular. My brother played 6-string bass years ago before it was that. I like a 6-string bass. I like an 8-string bass. But I tell you, the simplicity of a 4-string bass and pulling the funk out of it, the funk, I say it, I don't use profanity, the funk. I remember when I was young, when that word first came out, funk, my grandmother didn't. Oh, she was outraged. She didn't believe we said that. She thought we were using profanity. But I believe if you can take a 4-string bass, which it was actually a bass guitar. It's a bass guitar, not an upright string bass. It's a different animal. A guitar is a guitar. A bass is not upright. It's actually a guitar, a bass, but it happens to be in the bass range. But the P-Funk, the facial, anyway, I'm getting back to the face thing. I don't want to scare anybody away while I'm playing piano with the faces I'm making. But if you watch the facial expression or the shoulders, or there's a lot of musicians when if they're slouched all the way over and playing, man, that's into the zone. That's a zone. This is a zone too. This isn't. If somebody's doing this in church, that means that they think I'm not gonna get into that. But some places say that this is a bridal stand with your nose straight in the air, with your arms folded, your legs crossed, They used to say that was a demon manifesting himself, demon of pride. But if you're humble, you do. But that's a whole nother animal. Then music, when you can space out, and it's like, oh, the muscles thing and the noises. If you ate your favorite ice cream and you took a mouthful of your favorite ice cream, you go, mmm. Or if you taste somebody's cooking that they put their foot in it, and that's an old country term, putting your foot in the food. That means it has flavor that, or they would cook it, let it simmer, and then take it off the stove, let it cool, put it in the refrigerator. My father gets on me about saying icebox. Oh, I gotta hurry and cut this off. Refrigerator. Put some food in a refrigerator and let it ferment or sermon, no word. 2 days later, the same food, let it set in the ice box. I say ice box. Take it back out, let it simmer again. It's the second, third day the food marinates. The music is the same way. It has to get into it. I really lost my point that time for sure. I don't know what I was talking about. I gotta go back and watch the video to see what I was talking about. Well, anyway, faces. If you watch the faces and everything about the musician, a prime example is Mick Jagger and who's that? Phil Driscoll. Phil Driscoll is a trumpet player, but the guy that played, that did with a little help from my friends at the Woodstock concert. He was the first guy to do all the Mick Jagger got the moves from him. It's sort of like a Ray Charles thing. Ray Charles, he kept his timing, and people, he would direct the orchestra, the band with that rock thing. That was his metronome. He would watch his feet for the timing, or anyway. Emotion. I don't want to scare people away with funny faces, but the faces make the sound help. It's a result of the sound getting ready to come out through your body. And but notice all of that stuff when you listen, watching a musician. That's why I'm going to start shooting from a different angle so y'all can see my whole body. So I'm sorry for now. The musicians won't be able to see the piano directly from the keyboard. Lately, too, I understand the keyboard is flipped around. So if you were trying to watch my fingers and you were standing on the wrong side of the piano, I'm ready to eat my breakfast. 18 minutes is too long. I wanted to keep this short, but like I said, I'm doing a final cut. You got to watch for the videos. It's going to have a trademark in there. I'm going to start doing all of them the same way. It's like an oil painting. And from here, I'm going to try to go into cartoon. I want to look like a painting, or I want to look like it was sketched or painted. That's the goal. But anyway, keep your work up. Study what you're doing. Keep moving forward. If it's easy, that means you did it too many times. Trying to do something different. If it's easy, you're not putting your work time into it, or you've been practicing. It may be easy because you've been practicing. But if it's easy, move on to the next level. Find something that's harder. You know what Miles Davis said? You know what you can play now. Play what you can play. Time's up. 20. These can be average around 20 minutes each one. Like I said, when I upload my videos too, I want to go live. So I'm going to go live twice a day. Here we go. And my microphone is on its way. Like I said, if you want to make a donation, you can do Venmo or Cash App. If you want to email me something, if you want to send me something in the mail, you think I could use, if it's something in your home that's gathering dust, I pay the postage. If it's gathering dust and you say, this thing been sitting here, I don't use it, or somebody left you something, or if you know someone that has something you think I can use, I pay the postage. Yeah, send me email. Leave a comment. People always say leave a comment because people I have to leave a comment on a comment when I leave a comment. And my buddy, oh, I told you I got to do a story on my violin player, my biggest fan. I've been knowing him for years. Anyway, peace out. Peace and hair grease, roast beef and hair grease. Breakfast time for me. I got to go. Man don't pay no overtime, and matter of fact, the pay man don't pay. Matter of fact, I'm not even getting paid. Don't go outside and play. And this social media thing, do I have a whole year to build a business up? They say it takes a year to get the YouTube going. It's only been about 3 months, I guess, so far. Anyway, it's raining. Is that rain or I'm boiling something? I'm boiling something. Let me go see what I'm burning. See ya. Peace out.